How's it going? It's Andy again from SA Survival. Just going to do a quick review of our Mosquito Traveler hammock. This is not the bag, it comes in a modified bag so that it fit a bit more in there. And yeah, I just wanted to review this and how it sets up, the marlin spike hitch, the toggles and the tree straps. Alright, so the kit does come with these two 10-foot tree straps, or tree huggers. What I'm going to do is just show you how quickly they go in. On one end I have a loop, and I do not have a loop on the other end. So this just basically goes around and through. So just going to squeeze these two in half, thread them through, and from there pull it tight. Nice and tight. The reason why I'm doing this is purely because I do not want to damage the tree. So, what is a marlin spike hitch? That's the knot that we're going to create on here so that we can secure our toggle to it and then put our whoopie slings over the back. How do we do that? We're going to create a loop like so. This is my pocket. Okay, so we're going to create a loop so it goes up and over. We're going to push our fingers through and grab the tight end of the tree hugger. We're going to pull it through and we're going to create this loop. This loop, we're going to insert our toggle, holding onto it, and we're going to pull it tight. And what we've got is a sort of a fancy knot that's actually quick release. I'll show you again. So we pull this, it all falls apart. Don't like knots because when they tighten up you can't undo them properly. So I want to run through this again, creating a loop, up and over, roll it over the top and pinch the tight end of the strap. So we gather it, put our toggle in the loop here and pull it tight. Okay, and then what we can do is we can put the whoopie sling on the knot itself or underneath of the knot. We don't want to put it on this flat part here because then it's resting purely on the toggle. This toggle doesn't need any support whatsoever. What we can do is you can put a stick in there, you can put a tent peg in there, anything you like, but if you rest it right here on this, on the top of the knot, you are going to have a problem. It could take all the stress on the toggle, which is not what you want. You want the stress on the knot itself, so this back part. So by going underneath of here, it makes it all super strong. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly fix up the other side and do that again. Just one more time. Pull it out, knot comes away, all done. Quickly just going to rebuild it again. Create the loop. Go over. Secure a loop here. Put our toggle in. Pull it tight, and then we'll put the whoopie sling in there. So, what is a whoopie sling? A loose end and a loop end. This loop end is what's going to go over the toggle. What's special about this is it's fed through on itself. As you can see here, I can pull it out and pull it in, and it slides within itself. If I milk it, like so, if I make this a bit shorter, then I can pull it. So I've milked it, pull this section really hard, that knot does not slide through on itself. And you can create a half hitch on here just to lock it off to stop it from sliding if you choose. Okay, then very simply just pull, again no knot, So all I've done is I've put the Whoopie sling completely over the back side of the toggle. So sliding it in, it goes underneath of the toggle, and from there you can pull it tight so that it's actually pulling down underneath the knot underneath of this toggle. Then from here what you can do is you just pull the loose end, adjusting the tension of your hammock, which will also adjust the angles of how high the tree straps were in comparison to the angle of what your hammock is. From there you milk this to make it tight, and if I pull on this it will not slip. So all that weight is now resting underneath the back end of the toggle on the Merlin spike hitch and this piece. Now again, adding a bit of safety if you wish, half hitch on there, it's all done. This piece of yellow string here, all that is there for is for my water drain. So if it's raining, water runs down here, gets to this piece, hopefully it's going to drip off. So this is the Mosquito Hammock by Amazonas. Okay, two ways you can rig it. I've rigged it here with a ridge line so that I can put the mosquito net up and then you can get on inside. If I didn't have this ridge line up, I can actually flip it the other way. The mosquito net would be upside down. It does not hang freely, it actually follows the fabric, and you can have it without a mosquito net. So you can have this one with or without, and that's the beautiful thing about this. On the one side it does have a full length zipper so that you can get in and out. And again, having just set up the Whoopie slings, we can sit down inside. I'm going to adjust it again, haven't done it perfectly, but I'm up above the ground. So if we adjust this a bit more to get the height right. Back inside of it, and there we are, perfectly set up. With me inside, this one is not a gathered end hammock. It's actually held together by quite a few strings. The maximum weight that this can hold is 250 pounds. So let's have a look at those strings at the end and why it's not a gathered hammock. All these strings here, looks like a parachute setup, and they are actually slid into about an 1.5 inch groove right here, and there are several of them, and they run all the way to a gathered point up here. So you can have this as wide as you like, or you can have it, it's similar to being gathered when you get into it, and that's the same on both ends. 250 pounds maximum. The ridgeline, I put on here a different ridgeline, purely and simply to adjust the hammock to the right height that I want it to. We've got a little bit of sag here, so this is obviously not super tight for what it should be. So now what I've got is a super tight ridge line. What I've done is I've put press-it knots on the mosquito net. These are elasticated, so give a bit of tension and so that it won't fall down on me. Same on this end, I've got a press-it knot, pull it tight, and I've adjusted the tension of this to give me the right angle here by the means of a press-it knot as well. So again, getting back inside, depending on which side you like to lie. And the nice thing about this is I can spread right out. Now they always say lie on an angle, and that's why you can get quite a wide foot box and even a head box. They're about 6.5 feet long. The mosquito net, when it's covered, and you have all this room mosquito free. Has 2 little pockets in here, and again, if I lie 45 degrees, I've got quite a bit of room. And that is pretty much the Mosquito Travel Hammock by Amazonius. Again, with it being wide, you can put whatever insulation you want in here. Right now, I haven't got into the underquilt thing. I've still a foam pad and a couple of sleeping bags. I totally get the theory of the underquilts. I'd love to try it. Just haven't found one that I can get on my hands on right to try it. It shouldn't be a problem, because even though you stretch various different underquilts, should connect to the system, okay, because it'll probably gather up for you depending on how much you lie across here. What I'm going to do now is disassemble this and then loosen off the ridgeline and flip it over for you so that you can at least see how the ridgeline does not affect it. It does come with a ridgeline. The ridgeline is not the strongest because it does slip a little bit. That's why I've made this slightly thicker one, and it keeps the shape perfectly. Having a great night's sleep inside of this is pretty unbelievable. I was a bit dubious on the strings on the end because being thin, but it does say 250 pounds. I slept out. This is probably I don't know, 50th time I've had it set up, and I've slept great. I've had foam pads, 2 sleeping bags, coats and clothes all in here. Never had a problem. And you don't have to be subtle when it comes to these things. What you can do is, you know, get in, bounce around. They're strong enough to support you and not scary. Now I have a couple of hammocks, and I've even had the what's it called, the Hennessy hammock, single wire or single string. I've got a DD hammock from the UK, single string idea. It's more of a tape than it is a string, and I've come to this one because I actually like this one for my comfort. Like I said, depends on what your comfort level is, and then all you'd have to do from this is throw a tarp over here with a center ridgeline. Keeps you lovely and dry. Am I worried about the air and when this splays out? No, because a gathered hammock to me, a little bit claustrophobic, head and foot box, whereas this I can spread around a little bit, and when I'm in it, and actually when I sit in, it does gather up around me. You could put an insulator underneath of it, vapor, it's like a fly sheet that goes underneath of you as well, if you want to make one of those and keep all that away. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just disassemble this a little bit, flip it over, and show you what it's like without the ridgeline and the mosquito net. So right now I've just loosened off the ridgeline. If I just zip this up, flip it over, and now I can get in just as I did before. Take my shoes off. An angle, and I'm in my hammock without a mosquito. I have a ridgeline here with my fly sheet on, and really, really comfy. If you have a look at the foot box or the head box, you can see that it does lay out. Again, moving around. I want to turn around, just like so, just to show you. From a teardown point of view, it's very simple. Just unhook the Whoopie sling from one end, and then I just feed it straight into the bag, folding in the material into the bag, and then keeping it all off the ground, ending up at the far end. So hopefully I'll be able to show you that right now. pretty much there you have it. I'll quickly go and undo the tree huggers with the toggles to show you how easy that is. Just going to pull out the toggle. So toggle off, tree strap off. Again, pull the toggle out. Tree strap off, done. No knots, okay? It's all free. Put it all in your bag, it's all done. So simple. Merlin spike hitch, toggle, put the Whoopie sling on the knot, not on the toggle, alright? And then it'll be super strong. Now don't forget, once you set your hammock up, you need to rest in it gently, take out any stretch that's in there, go back, finalize it, so you've got your adjustments correct, then add your weight again gently, and then once you've got it finalized, you can cinch it off with your half hitches to stop anything from coming loose. Because there's going to be plenty of sag and slack in your ropes, so always remember, gently enter into a hammock and then adjust it, fine tune it. Once you've got the right height and you're good to go, you can move around on a hammock perfectly safe, no problem there. Alright, thank you very much for watching this video on the Mosquito Traveler Hammock by Amazonius, and I hope you enjoyed it. I've already done one review sort of being inside of it. I didn't like that one, so I've redone this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to our channel, The SA Survival, or even visit our website at sasurvival.com, and we will see you soon. Thank you very much. Have a great day.